So right here, I think what we're witnessing is just more evidence of where T-Mobile's direction is going, where they're looking to kind of take the company. A lot of questions in the air, right? With the new CEO starting November 1st, that's just around the corner. You know, a lot of doubt going on, a lot of feelings internally. I think probably from employees that work for T-Mobile, worried what's going to happen. Worried in the sense that if the company takes themselves too far into a direction that displeases customers, well, that's bad for business. And that's ultimately bad for you if you work for that business, because it could mean that there's less profits being made, which means that the company now has less resources to pay you, and or the change in direction could also just result in elimination of your position. It's just not a good look, right? You always want to be a part of a company that is strong, right? That seems to be doing well, to give you the confidence to want to work for them. But that's not what this story is really about. It's not about employees, but what we're kind of doing is just summarizing the experience in general, right? Now, T-Mobile is apparently doing another Uncarrier, carrier move, right? So they're backpedaling on, they still refer to themselves as the Uncarrier. We're seeing more and more that they're becoming a carrier, and this is just more evidence that they are. And this is going to leave some customers upset. This is not the biggest deal in my opinion, but it's just more of what we've been experiencing and what we've been saying, and it's just raising the doubts, right? It's giving us more reason to doubt T-Mobile and what they claim to be, the Uncarrier, right? So this to me is just more evidence of where T-Mobile is trying to go, perhaps why Mike Sievert has stepped out of this position, because there's going to be more of this. And I've said in previous videos, maybe Mike is just not up for it. Maybe he's done just about as much carrier stuff as he can take. Maybe he's very similar to John Legere and believes that some of these features and perks should still be included, but this is not what the overall board wants. They want to make more money. And well, that's where Srini's coming in, and maybe he's going to be able to make those more tough, difficult positions that Mike couldn't. Now, that's just my theory. I don't have evidence of this. I don't work for T-Mobile. I don't have internal sources to give me these, updates. I go based off of what I'm reading, what makes sense to me, and I use my customer experience, right? Real world customer experience and scenarios to kind of add them in to the reports, right? Not just give you an update, but pitch an idea, explain my reasoning for even telling you this story, right? Why am I even bringing this news to your attention? Because I have an opinion about it. And that's the type of stories that I look for, things that I can relate to, that I actually care about, that I think might be useful to you. Now, again, this feature that's being removed, it's the unlimited Google Photos storage, right? So this was apparently introduced back in 2022 for T-Mobile One. It was Google One for T-Mobile. This was apparently their version of Google's cloud storage service. The feature allowed T-Mobile customers to manage their Google One subscription through T-Mobile. Now, the price wasn't really all that much different from regular Google One memberships. So in that sense, you weren't getting a better deal, but you were in pricing, but you were getting more value for that price, as if you were to buy it directly from Google. There was different benefits that were included that made T-Mobile's version better, right? And it was also easier to manage because you didn't have to pay separate. You can kind of do everything from T-Mobile as well. So apparently enrollment stopped on September 30th. And they're saying customers who signed up before the offer was pulled can still continue to enjoy it, however. So that's one plus, at least for now, right? They can continue to enjoy it for now. Probably at some point, it's just going to be unavailable for everyone, or prices are probably going to go up I'm sure there'll be some kind of way to evict customers from using it. So the plan came with exclusive storage tiers in addition to other benefits. T-Mobile apparently sweetened the deal by waiving the first month's fee, and Google sometimes rewarded customers by offering Google Play credits for free. So that was a good benefit of it. Unlimited Google Photos was, I guess, once again out of reach, and that's what made T-Mobile's version of this stand out. Was the highest tier also included unlimited Google Photo storage at full resolution. And they're saying this was a timely benefit for customers who were coming to terms with Google's decision to stop offering free photos storage in 2021, June. Google had offered unlimited backups at high quality for 5 years before that. So this is, this was a feature that I guess some really found useful. But now it's being taken away. So these little things, these little skims here and there is just, it's just more evidence. So this is why we're talking about it here. This one particular perk, many of you may not have ever taken advantage of it. You may not care. But if you are someone that takes a lot of photos, right? If you have a brand new iPhone that costs you $1,500, you probably take a lot of photos, a lot of videos. You might be a vlogger. You might be a content creator yourself. You may work for a wedding venue or do birthday parties. You may be some kind of videographer or photographer. And let's face it, iPhones and the new Galaxies, they're just as good as these expensive cameras. In some cases, they perform better. That's why these phones cost a lot of money. The cameras in itself are why a lot of people upgrade to these devices. So having this storage, if you had, a brand new Galaxy that cost you $1,500, having Google Photos was probably something you might have enjoyed. You might have enjoyed the deal from T-Mobile, and now, if you've already signed up for it, you can keep it. But again, we all know that there's some downsides, right? That there's most likely going to be some changes to this at some point as time moves on. It'll either get more expensive or they may just kind of backpedal and do away with it altogether. They've been known to do this. And the little cutting here, the little cutting there is, again, just evidence that T-Mobile is not about giving away things anymore. They're about getting more for themselves as a company. And there's nothing wrong with making a profit. But when a company has spent most of their lifespan being the carrier to offer you the deals, you get the better half of it. You get the bigger slice of the pie. And now we're not seeing that as much. It just, changes are happening. They're upon us. And I still don't know if they're going to be the type of changes customers that T-Mobile, loyal T-Mobile customers, should I say, are expecting to see. So with that being said, feel free to comment down below, follow up your thoughts on this. Please be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed already, share the video with someone that you think might find this information useful, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.